Hi there folks, this is Abdullah Al Ahmed speaking and I'm here today to provide you with a quick guide on how I model this structure in Revit and discuss my approach along the way. Alright, so a bit about me. I'm a structural BIM engineer and I have nearly 3 years of experience in the domain of structural analysis and BIM. These here are my contact information. If anybody wants to hit me with a question or just would like to chat about BIM or engineering in general, then you're welcome to just send me an email or a DM. It's alright. The main purpose of this video is to help Revit users see how I used the different or how I utilize the different tools of Revit such as massing and other tools in a more practical and applied way. Uh, Before we begin, I have a bold disclaimer. The main purpose of this session isn't to promise you mastery over the different tools and elements of Revit. Uh, I may have followed a specific way in modeling or documentation, but that doesn't particularly mean that I'm correct or my way is the correct way. It's just simply a way that worked for me. I'm always open to feedback and criticism because that's how I grow and learn in general. Alright? Alright, folks, before I continue, I have to tell you something that the video is going to be a bunch of videos stitched together because I might have to redo some bits here and there. Moving on, I'm not going to model the project to 100% because there are some elements that are easy to model and place, such as the lighting, the exterior and interior lighting, the furniture systems, and the extrusions. Some finishes here and there I might not add. However, what I'm going to show you how to do is the exterior shell, how to model the exterior shell, the inner core of the walls, and how to attach them to the exterior shell, the roof by extrusion, the slanted columns, and the inner stairs. There's a nice tip about the stairs, about the facade, the exterior facade. They are going to be done by the wall storefront. They are curtain walls, storefront curtain walls, and they have been edited using the edit profile tool. The exterior shell is going to be modeled using the massing tool. Firstly, we're going to start modeling the exterior shell of the project, which is the half dome element. I just created a new project file from here, and about the levels, I'm not going to input the same levels that I had in my project, but we're going to edit this and make it equal to 8000 to gain some height for the half dome. And then let's discuss the approach to modeling the exterior shell. There are two main methods to model the half dome, by either going to model in place, component model in place, or by going to the massing and site in place mass. Let's talk about the model in place. When you Now we have to assume that the exterior shell is comprised of six main layers, three exterior finishes, the main core, and two interior finishes. When you go into model in place, you're going to model just a single layer, a single element. So to make it accurate, you have to create six model in place elements, which is not quite effective because if you have to edit one element, you have to edit the other five. And you're going to face many problems with hosted elements such as windows and doors. It will make it a big mess. So cross this tool when you want to model something complex, a bit complex like this shell. Moving on to the massing and site. Before utilizing the massing tool, let me just go to architecture, create a reference plane like that, name it dome. Alright, And now we're going to massing and site, in place mass, dome 1. You'll have a pop-up window to choose the name, dome 1. All right. Set, let's go to set. You have to choose the work plane, specify a new work plane. Besides there's a small drop down list besides the name. You're going to choose the reference plane that we just created, which is the dome. Okay, it will prompt you to go to a view. In this case, it's prompting me and asking me to go to either the north view or the elevation north or the elevation south. I'm going to the south one. All right, and as you can see, this is the elevation from the south elevation. This is the work plane that I'm going to model the half dome structure. I'm just going to draw some helping lines. 8,000 8,000. All right, let me just delete this and delete this. I'm going to the offset using the offset tool, 200, or maybe 300. All right, this is somewhat enough. And then we're going to do this, make it look like a crust, you know. All right, trim. All right, so the last thing that you have to do is go to reference, draw a reference line like this, and you have then to select these two. You have to select these two together. Go to the 3D view, create from. All right, now you have a half sphere like element. We don't want the half sphere, so we go select either faces, this one or this one. End angle in the properties tab, edited 180, apply. Now you have the half dome structure. All right, finish mass, select the mass, massing and site, and now you're going to be confused because you have to either choose roof or wall. Let me tell you the difference between either tools. When you go into the roof, it will be somewhat messy because there's the end sides, these here and these, when it touches the ground, it is somewhat informed to make a cut, you know, a plumb cut or the rafter cut. Let me show you. You're going to go here, faces at the bottom of the roof. Let's choose a roof that is a bit thinner, this one. Select the face, and as you can see, I selected the exterior face. Create roof, fine, shaded. Now see these, now this is not accurate. You can see how it is not complete. It's thinning, it's like thinning when it reaches the ground, and this is not accurate at all. And there is another downside for this. You can't host windows on this side of the roof because the windows are hosted to walls, so you have to model windows that can be hosted into roofs, such as skylights and whatnot. All right, so we're going to delete this. We're going to keep our mass by wall, and just select the pick faces. You could also go to here. Let me show you, architecture, wall. Choose your wall. You could choose any wall. Let's say that this one. Doesn't care actually what, you can choose either wall. All right, so and then pick faces. You pick the exterior face and look, voila, looks neat. And as you can note, we got rid of the problem of the thinning here. The section is continuous throughout the project, throughout the geometry of the shell. Alright, so, and you can also, let me go to massing inside. Now it's a bit more clear for you folks. You can also host windows normally as any other wall or on the shell. Alright folks, so now that we have our external shell modeled, we have to move to the next step, which is the modeling of the inner core of the structure. The inner core is just a simple basic wall that takes the shape of a half circle. However, before we move on, you have to take into note two things. Where I'm going to edit the external shell to make the outer layer wrap into the insides. The second thing that you have to take into note is the width of the corridor here. We have to specify and determine the width of the corridor that makes the first space, the inner space of the project. Let me show you how. This one, I'm talking about this space. Alright, so let's do this. Edit type, it's wrapping at inserts. I'll make them both. Wrapping at ends, exterior, okay. Alright, now let's go to the plan view, annotate detail line, and just let's make this the width of the inner corridor 3500 from here, 3500 from here. These are just lines to help me model. We'll go into wall, the same wall, basic wall, start and radius, alright, like this. Let's just delete these lines, detail lines. Alright, now we have a problem. As you can see, the inner wall just intersects with the outer layer, the outer structure, the shell, and continues above it. We don't want that. Even if you join both of the elements, nothing will happen. Let me show you. Join, nothing happens. Undo that. In other projects, we would just select this wall, attach the top of it to the roof, and then we would have solved the problem. However, in this case, there is no roof because these two elements are both of them fall under the wall category. There is a small workaround for this problem that I found that I found during my modeling of the project, which is, let's take this down, go to massing inside, show mass. You see, we still have our mass. So let's go to roof, and I just created a basic roof that consists of the material air. I went into the edit type, I duplicated and I created a new family that is a new roof that consists of the material air, and the thickness is 1. Just to, I'll show you in a bit what I mean. Faces, picked faces location, make it faces at the bottom of the roof, and select the exterior face, create roof. Right now we have the air roof. Let's go into view, section, create a section here. So let's shorten this a bit, go into section, fine, and shaded. Let's go into massing inside, hide the mass. Alright, so this is our wall that makes the exterior shell, and if we zoom here, you could see that we have the roof, which is the air. And now let's just select this, attach top base. You see this, and let's do join, just like that. We solved our problem. Let's hide this. Let's hide this, right? Alright, as you can see, now we have solved our problem. We could do the switch join order, which is like that. It's way more better looking. Let's hide this shell. Alright. Alright folks, so now that we're done modeling the exterior shell and the inner core of the project, we have to move on to the next step, which is the modeling of the ground floor and the slab on the first floor. Alright, so for the ground floor I'm just going to go with a raft, and then atop it I'll model a finished floor. So we'll go to structure, foundation slab. Now, please note that the dimensions of this raft are just random. It's not meant to convey the real and the actual dimensions of the structure. I'm doing just for the sake of modeling. Alright. These are good. Do this. Alright, so let's just move this a bit down. Alright, cool. Let's delete this. Everything seems good. Alright. Now let's place the finish. Edit type, floor finish. As I said, don't mind the materials, the thicknesses. I'm just doing it for the sake of modeling. Plaster. Right, let's choose a certain color. This looks good. Yes, I know. Let's just go here, do this. Alright, look good. Let's just join this. Alright. Looks good enough. Of course, there was a terrace that extends beyond the actual project. I'm not going to model because modeling it is easy. You just have to extend the ground floor, the finished floor, outside the project's boundaries, and I covered it with there was a railing, a glass fill railing, you know, the one that comes with Revit. This one, the glass panel bottom fill, and there were some light families that were meant for exterior settings. Alright, so we'll go on and model. Let me just go to section. We only have two levels, the topmost level and the level 1. I'm going to add one somewhere in between, about here. Alright, level 3. Let's say this is first floor. Right, go to view, plan view, floor plan, first floor. Okay, we'll just do this. Fine, no need for shaded. I'm just going to hide this the roof that was meant to join the walls. So our just turn it shaded. Our slab is going to sit right here on these walls. Alright, so we'll go to architecture, floor, and just choose a generic one. Alright, just connect these with each other. do this. Looks good enough. Let's join these. All right, it's joined. All right. Now our project is somewhat coming to, the image of the project is somewhat coming to our minds now. It's a bit more clear about what we're going to do. Now the contrast of the colors is not really good, but I'm just choosing random colors here. I'll try to edit them later, and so I can provide you with better colors. So yes. Now our next step would be modeling the column. There was a round column that extends from this raft all the way to the top and meets with the mass roof that consists of air. Alright, and then we'll have to model the storefront, the facade, the glass facade, using curtain walls. Alright folks, so while you were away, I worked a bit on the project and edited the materials of the elements to make it look a bit more pleasing to the eye. I added a bit more materials for the exterior shell, such as the damp proofing and the mortar and whatnot. I also did the same for the interior core. I extended the raft a bit, and with that I extended the finish of the ground floor so that I could model the terrace later on. Now we have to model the column that goes from the ground floor up to the exterior shell, and for that let me just reveal the hidden roof that we used to join the both of these walls together. Right, unhide element. Let's go close reveal elements. Alright, let's go to level 1. Now that we're here, let me just use the detail line so that I could so that I could model the column right in the middle. We go to the structure tab, column. I have the column loaded right here, the round column. I'll use just a random diameter for the column, which I chose it to be 500. And then we'll go to height, level 2, place it right here. Right, go to 3D, select the column, attach top, and attach it to the roof. Now, since the roof is not a structural object, it will give me this error message, which is fine. We go to the roof, hide in view elements. We'll join the column with the wall. Right, and then we'll switch the join order. Right, looks good. Let's just join the column here with both of these slabs. Join. Right, looks good enough. So now we have to model the glass facade, which I used the curtain wall for this step. However, since I already demonstrated how I used the masking tool to model the shell, I'm going to use the edit profile tool to get the profile that I need for the wall, for the curtain wall. Later on, I'll use the railing tool to model the exterior railing for the terrace and set up the final steps for the project for the documentation step. Alright folks, now I'm going to model the exterior canopy of the project, the one that starts, that looks like this and extends into the outer terrace. For that I'm going to need a reference plane, but the reference plane that I previously modeled, this one that I used to create the exterior shell, is going to do just fine. That's why I'm going to go into the north elevation, architecture, roof by extrusion. I'm going to pick this reference plane. The roof reference level is going to be the top, this one here. Okay. And now I'm going to edit my roof and just create a new random canopy. No. Alright. Go to structure, the material. Oh, I need to tell you again that the materials and the thicknesses are just random, just to illustrate how I modeled the project. Nothing of the materials and thicknesses convey the actual materials and thicknesses used in the real project. Alright. Canopy. We'll do this. Insert. Finish. One. Mortar. Insert. Also 25, and this is going to be the stucco. This is also going to be 25, finish one. Plaster. Right, now that we've finished modeling or creating this new canopy, I'm going to start from here. Let me just start from here. Let me mirror this to the other side. Start end radius, just like that, and alright, we're going to 3D view. Alright, nice. I'm going to section. I'll just go to modify, align, and just make it I'll change it from here. Let me see. It's too short. How about 1500? Maybe 1600. Sound looks good enough. Alright, now that we've finished modeling the canopy, I'm going to model the curtain walls, the glass facade. Alright folks, so now we're going to move on to modeling the curtain walls which make up the glass facade. And for that we're going to go to the ground floor. Go to wall, curtain walls, storefront. I'm not going to edit the height because I'm going to use the edit profile tool. And let's make it from here. Alright, let's go to the north elevation. Edit profile, pick line. I'm going to choose this one. Let's trim those two together and delete this one and this one. Alright, we're going to have an error message to delete these mullions, and yes, we're going to delete them of course because we don't need them anymore. Let's go into the ground view, just place the section here. Alright, so as you can see, the wall goes straight into the finished floor. We can't join these two together, that's why we're going to just take this up a bit. Alright, problem solved. Now as you can see, we have this side covered. Let's go into north. Alright, I'm going to mirror this wall onto the other end. Alright, looks good. And now I'm going to model this top bit. For that we're going to go into first floor, wall, and from here. Alright, and to this end. And then we'll go into the north elevation, edit profile. I'm just going to select this one and this one, and let's do the trim extend. Alright, and delete the lines that we don't have any need for anymore. Alright, let's finish this. Yes, delete them. See, can't really do that, and I honestly don't want these mullions here. I'm just going to need the horizontal, the vertical ones. I don't need the horizontal ones. That's why I'm going to go into architecture, curtain grid. No, we don't need to add anyway. And just delete those. Alright, and we could also delete these two here or just move them down, but I don't see any use in that, so let's just delete them. We have to delete this first. Alright. And here we're going to add remove segments. Alright, looks good. So the only part that remains is this one here. These two, this space here could be divided into two parts, the one below the first floor and the one right above it. That's why I'm going to go into first floor again, wall, and just create a new one. Yes, I know they overlap. Just please bear with me. Trim extend, and delete this one. Okay, delete those mullions and just come right here. Alright, and the last bit, I'm going to go to wall and create one. Yes, I know. Just hold on. Edit profile, and let's do this. Yes. Alright, and this is for the curtain walls now. As you can see, there's just one more step. Let's do this here, section. As you can see, it's easy enough. I'm just going to cover this portion here with a finished material. I also need to do the finished floor, the finish for the first floor, but I'm not going to do that because we already did one for the ground floor, so it's not really necessary. I may add a door here, you know, the one that comes for the curtain walls. I'm not going to load that family in. As you can see, the column is really close to the wall here, but not because I did that on purpose. I just wanted to show you how the modeling is done. In the real project, there is about 3.5 meters or 2.5 meters between the actual column and the curtain wall here. So yes, the dimensions are not really accurate. I could also move the column here. It's not a big deal. I just want to show you the modeling process. Alright folks, so now we're nearly done with the modeling process. All that's left are tiny bits of details here and there, such as the exterior railing for the terrace, the exterior terrace, and the doors for the curtain walls. In addition to that, I'm going to model the windows and the staircase. It is going to be a nice staircase. Anyway, before I continue, if you notice with me, I moved the column just a bit further from the curtain wall. I need to mention this note again, that the dimensions that I modeled this project in do not convey the actual dimensions of the project. I'm just doing it for the sake of modeling and sharing my method of modeling with you folks. Alright, so without further ado, let's model the walls, the doors. It's going to insert load family, doors. Alright, this one and this one. I don't want this one and this. Alright, open. Alright, so let's just select this panel, open it, go to properties here, open this drop down list and select the single glass. Alright, and let's select this mullion and delete it because we don't need it anymore. and we'll do the same here for this panel. Unpin it from the drop down list. Alright, single glass, and let's delete this mullion. And we'll do the same for the double door, the double panel here. Let's just go to architecture. No need for architecture. Select this and remove segments. Remove this segment. Nice. Let's select this panel, unpin it, and this one. This one looks good. Alright. Let's select this and this mullion. Unpin these two and then delete them. Alright, looks good enough. Let's now model the windows. Before we do that, let's just turn these, flip these so they open from the exterior to the interior. Alright. Good. Now let's go to window. I'm just going to use this, the default type of windows loaded into Revit with these dimensions. You could choose any type you want. I'm just going to model these. Alright. Alright, so now don't pay any attention, don't mind the dimensions or the layout of the window. I just did them randomly just to show you that you could model windows in this project. You know, it was the first base of difference between the mass, the roof mass and the wall mass. Alright, so let's go to the ground, architecture, railing, and I think that glass panel is really suitable for this project. Go from here to here, and let's stop about here. Alright. Let me just go to the section view and move this 25 millimeters above, and then I'm going to mirror this to the other side. Let me go to the preview. Well, yeah, it's good enough. In other cases, I might have modeled a different railing. I rarely use this type of railing, but again, just for the sake of modeling. Alright, so what's left? Yes, the slanted columns, the ones that go from this point up to this point. They also help in carrying the loads of this canopy. Let's go to the ground, structure, column, slanted column. I'm going to use the concrete rectangular column with the dimensions of 20 by 40 centimeters. Alright. Let me just go into the 3D view. Yeah, well, I didn't want it this way. Alright. I'm just going to do it this way and then this way. just attach it. Yes, I'm aware. Let's take it just a bit here. No, that's too much. Still too much. You get the gist of it. Alright, and down here we can't leave this the column like this. We have to join it with the raft and the finish. And we have to switch the join order of this column with the finish. Let's look at it. No, that's not what I want, what I had in mind. Right, let's delete this. Go to structure, columns. Let me just mirror this without copying. Okay, this looks good. And let's extend this. Switch the join order. Let's go to the north view so that we can just align it a bit. Modify, align. Alright, this looks way better. Let's go into the ground, select this one, mirror, copy, and mirror it to the other side. Alright, so now we're nearly done. We only have the staircase. Alright folks, so we're nearing the end of the modeling process. All that's left is the modeling of the staircase. Now the staircase is going to hug the interior core of the structure all the way to the first floor. And as we can see, the height of the first floor is 3500. And I usually take the height of the riser to be equal to 17 centimeters, give or take. For this project, I'm going to take it equals to 17.5 centimeters. So 3500 millimeters divided by 175 will give us 20 risers. So we need 20 risers so we can comfortably get from the ground floor to the first floor. And for that, I'm going to the ground floor plan and draw some detail lines to help me to act as the building block for the modeling of my staircase. Let's say that I wanted to begin from here and end somewhere here. Not like that. Just like that. Alright, go to offset it to this side. This will act as the width of my run. And then go to detail line, and now I'm going to use the array tool to create a set of detail lines, radial, center of rotation is here, the number is 20, last, alright, yes, looks good. Let's go to the architecture tab, stair. I'm going to choose the monolithic stair from the ground floor to up to the first floor, and as you can see, desired number of risers 20 will give us a riser height of 175. Let's go into sketch mode. For the boundary, I'm just going to pick the lines, the risers. I'm going to pick these lines too. Alright, stair path, start from here, just like that. Okay, I'm going to flip this and then mirror it to the other side. Alright, looks good. And for the landing, the last step is the landing. I'm going to sketch a landing using the pick line, just like that. Alright, so since we didn't get any error messages, the railing will look good. Alright, let's just delete this one. The railing looks good. The glass panel is suits this environment, but as you can see, there's the space here is really tight. As I said before, the dimensions do not convey the actual dimensions of the project. I'm just doing it to share with you my modeling process. Otherwise, you could also shorten this landing a bit, and just move the staircase, the one this way. But yeah, this is how you model this type of stairs. I'm honestly, it looks good from my point of view. And this will be the end of the modeling process of this project. I don't think that there's anything left to model, or the rest of the elements are easy. The furniture system, the lighting, the rendering process. I mean, what's left is simple. Maybe the documentation process. I might share how I initiated or executed the documentation process, and yeah. Alright folks, so now that we're done with the modeling process, all that's left is to extract the schedules and initiate the documentation process. And for that, I'm going to do a quick walkthrough on how I executed the documentation process. I'm not going to show you how I extracted the schedules or set up the door legends or the sheets, because this course is not intended for beginner Revit users. Alright, so at this stage in your career, you would have extracted multiple schedules and material takeoffs and set up multiple sheets and whatnot, but I'm going to show you a quick walkthrough, and for that I'm going to show you the schedules and sheets on the original project. But as you noticed, I have deleted the project browser and properties just to hide some information and not disclose them to the public due to the sensitivity of the project. Okay, the project is still ongoing, and the construction is ongoing, so yeah, I didn't there might be some information that are blacked out and whatnot. For the door legend, First of all, you have to go to view legends and legend, and for that you're going to get a drafting view, a 2D drafting view. The table is going to set up, you're going to set up the table with the help of the detail lines, alright, and just input some text, the type, mark, elevation, 3D view. You're going to input the type of the door here in these fields, and marks in these fields. As for the elevation and 3D view, they are detail components, alright, so just going to select detail component and then choose the component of your door from a drop down list that appears here. However, for the when you do that, you're going to get them in a plan view. Alright, so your door is going to appear in like you're looking at it from above, and we don't want that because you can't get enough information from it. And for that, you're going to use Revit. Alright, so just select the component, go to Revit, and hold on, Revit, and just go to the legends here. Alright, so set legend component to 3D orientation will get you the 3D view. The elevation, you could get it from here. You can either get a floor plan or an elevation front or back, but the 3D view you can't get it unless you go to unless you have Revit and use the legends and set legend component to 3D orientation. Alright, that's it for the door legends. As for the door quantities, you know, setting and extracting as a schedule for the door quantities is easy. You just go to schedule quantities, set the appropriate category, which is doors in this case, and you have to edit the choose what fields you want what parameters you want in the field section, and for this case I needed the first field in my project is in my schedule is the door description, and then I have the count parameter, and here I have the type parameter. In addition to that, we have the width, height, and mark. And lastly, I just have to create a sheet. I can't show you the additional information on the right. That's why the view is somewhat cropped. Just have to place the schedule and the legends. In this case, I'm not finished editing the legends. You could see that the scale of the door schedule is somewhat smaller than the scale of the legend. What you have to do is just edit the scale of the legend to make it a bit more smaller, or you could enlarge the scale of the schedule. Alright, and for the last schedule is the wall material takeoff, the material takeoff in general. So here in these fields, here you have the material volume and the material name. You have the materials that are that go within the creation of the walls in your model, and yeah, just like that. Every material has its relevant volume, and you could have it to calculate the grand total of the materials. Alright, so as I said, the project is still ongoing, so I still have some editing to do here and there. Yes, so that's it. The next section, I'm going to show you how I created the isometric 3D view of the project, the exploded view. Thanks for. Alright folks, so one last thing before we finish off, so that we can talk about documentation a bit. I got asked how to create the exploded view of the project. Now it's relatively easy, and there are sometimes plugins for this matter, but I did it manually, and it didn't take me a lot of time, just about 5 to 10 minutes. But when it comes to proper and professional documentation, all you need is just to prepare a suitable plan or section view, and populated it with dimensions, tags, material tags, and whatnot. I'm not going to do this the professional documentation in this session, because I'm sure that most of you know about documentation and view templates and whatnot. But when it comes to the exploded view of this structure, the method that I followed was I prepared three different views. As you can see here, view 1, view 2, view 3. Let's go and look at them. So basically what I did, I just hid the elements that I did not need. The idea that I had in mind in the first place is to separate the exterior shell from the facade from the rest of the structure. So basically we have three views. So going back to the view one, the view one consists of the windows and the exterior shell. I also need to note that I locked the 3D view. Going to the second view is the glass facade with the roof extrusion and the slanted column. The third view is the rest of the structure. Alright, so all you have to do is create a new sheet. I chose a random A1 sheet, the one that is the default one in Revit, and load these views into your sheet. When you do that, you just have to place them in the position that you find suitable, and honestly this position looks good for this project. You could also just place detail lines, ones that go here from here to here, the same ones that we could find on different projects and whatnot. I don't find them useful. This isometric exploded view is good for showing the client the 3D the 3D model, the exploded model of your project. Just that, there is no real purpose from it. Alright, so I wish you the best of luck, and if you have any questions for me, just feel free to DM me. My LinkedIn account is open for DMs, and I respond rather quickly. Alright, wish you the best.